anything related to repetitive movement, which is my top strategy for inattentive kids. So things like gum chewing, fidgets, anything that they're allowed to. Doodling, by the way, is often discouraged because it seems like they're very inattentive. For some kids, not all, teachers can do a little experiment and sort of ask, Johnny, what did I just say about sharks, right? And if Johnny's able to tell you every word you just said about sharks while doodling, then clearly it is actually keeping his focus rather than distracting it. So anything at all that keeps one small part of the body moving regularly, with a fidget, with gum, with any kind of squeezy, anything like that, actually enhances their attention while they're listening, especially if it's passive listening. The minute you expect children with ADHD or predominantly inattentive ADHD to just sit and listen, their attention is probably going to pretty much tank within a few minutes, if that. So if you can keep them almost like idling, it keeps the attention going, right? So one of the things that I would recommend is for you to look into some strategies, and you can go to like the CHADD.org website, CHADD, the National Organization on Children and Adults with ADHD. You can go to their website. You can go to the the Association of Psychiatry. Any websites that can tell you a little bit more about strategies for managing children with ADHD in the classroom. Anything at all that can be done to remove the teacher from responsibility at times to sort of give your child some strategies that he can use to keep himself anchored would be really useful. But then I actually do think that you can call a meeting. You can certainly develop a 504 plan or in some cases an IEP. Kids with ADHD don't always need an IEP or an individualized education plan. But a 504 plan could be put together to discuss some strategies and accommodations they need in the classroom. By the way, is to create a structured, scheduled set of breaks. Again, with the breaks, right? I'm like the proponent of breaks. It's because if we try to push them past their cognitive limit, their attention actually wanes rather than maximizes. And so if we can actually have your child take, a 3 to 5 minute, like where they're allowed to go, what they're allowed to do, for how long and when, is what I would consider a structured break, right? And certainly if your child has trouble coming back from a break, then you could problem solve that as well. But when you work with teachers, you come up with strategies like this and put together like a small plan. And that might be, just my top 2 recommendations for a situation like this.
Well, thank